Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Baby Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Friday night. I'm doing pretty good. I just want to come on and show y'all the progress of my projects. Working on the boys' sweaters and my my third Boggy Creek blanket. Sorry, I get a little thirsty. I'm on my second cake for the blue willow sweet roll. But this is where we are with that. I just started cake number 2, so it's really pretty. Obviously this is, and of course the Premier sweet rolls, I really love working with them. So pretty, so wonderful. It's very easy yarn to work up. And the striping is really fantastic. I really love it. Look at, the self-striping is gorgeous. Can't go wrong with that. And of course, I'm on my second cake, so it's possible that I may be able to get it done in 2 cakes. At least I hope so, because that leaves me more cakes. I don't know. I don't want to promise more blankets, but this is number 3. I got the 2 pink ones. I'd like to make 2 blue ones too, but I don't know. I just have to play it by ear. But this is the first blue one, and we'll just leave it at that. So, and I'm working on Will's sweater. And I debated on whether I was going to add this brown, but then I decided to go ahead and just put a row on and see if I liked it, and then I liked it, so I left it. So this is I started both halves, of course, because I'm going to go back and forth, go back and forth between them with each color until I get them done. I believe I put in case, well, I don't know if you've seen the other video where I explained what I was doing, but that's what I'm doing. But this is what I got so far, and you can see the decrease in the sleeve is definitely making that nice and straight and not bell-like, so that's working out just fine. I did have a little bit of an issue with the way that the tutorial has you join your yarn right in the middle, like right here. It was having you join on a side instead of a corner. And but see, the tutorial that I'm following is made with like 7-weighted yarn instead of 4-weighted yarn like this, and so it really, I had to tweak the tutorial. So for some reason it was puckering right here and making it look like a point where there shouldn't be a point. So what I did, I made an executive decision and decided to, when I put the brown yarn in, I just did a decrease right here, and that straightened it right up, at least to my satisfaction. So I'll be doing it the same. I'll do the same decrease in the same spot on that one too. And instead of attaching the yarn on the side of this round with the brown, I attached it on a corner. I attached it on the corner right here, on the corner. So it's just easier for me. I just prefer to start on the corners than I do in the middle like that. It just works better. I like a beginning and an end on the corner. I just do. So it wasn't working out on the side like that. It was looking kind of strange. So I decided that it would just be better to start on the corner, and it does. It looks better. And I did it on the corners of Mom's cardigan, and it looked better. So that's what we're doing. And I made that correction, and I'm glad that the decrease worked out, where it definitely it straightened that out and made it look better. Chances are William's probably never going to wear this sweater out of the house anyway. He'll probably just wear it around the house to keep warm, because he's not incredibly into crochet. So he probably won't wear it out in public, which is fine. To wear it around the house to be warm is fine. no problem. I'm not upset about that at all. I just want to do something for him that he can surround himself with his mother's love and be comforted by that. So those are the projects I have in the works. And also I got a card in from one of my subscribers, my lovely subscribers, a while back in one of my live streams. A bunch of us learned that Alana Hawkins is not only suffering from terminal cancer, she was homeless, and that she didn't have any crochet supplies. But she learned to crochet afghans for her grandchildren, so that they would have something to hold on to once she was no longer with us. So a bunch of us got together and sent her some supplies. And so I got this card from her today, and I would like to read that to you all. So you'll forgive me if I get a little choked up when I read it, because it touches my heart deeply. And the front of the card just says, just a little thank you. And then it has a cute little mouse, or it might be a hamster. I think that might be a hamster, holding a little flower. And so this is not my first time to read this. So it says, Dear Amanda, hello. I wanted to get this note out to you before now, but life has been so very busy for me. I want to say thank you for the yarn, crochet hooks, scissors, stitch markers, etc. But most of all, for bringing joy back into my life. When you have a lot of medical issues on top of life issues, it is hard to keep going sometimes. I want more than anything for my grandchildren, 7 of them, to remember me when I am gone. Part of this reason I want to make them each a Afghan is because I always want them to remember when I cuddle with them on my lap as I rock them all cuddled up in a nice soft blanket I have crocheted for them. I want them to have lots of special memories. Thank you for helping me. Your dear friend Alana Hawkins. So, as you can see, I can't even finish reading it without getting completely choked up. But that touched my heart deeply to hear from her, and that she took the time out of what's going on in her life to reach out to me and let me know that our reach out, and help her meant so much to her, means so much to me, that we were able to help her. So that's wonderful, and it means a lot to me that she took time out of what she's going through to send us this thank you card. And I say us because even though it's addressed to me, I feel like that it's not just for me. It's for Sue, it's for Gwen, it's for Tank, it's for the other folks that, whoever, Kim, the folks that reached out to me and they knew who they are, that got her P.O. box and sent yarn her way during that time that we were helping her. And it meant a lot to me that y'all wanted to join me in doing that. I thank you so much for that. That's what our yarning community is all about, is helping people that that can't help themselves at the time. That's why we're doing these Boggy Creek blankets, because we want those children to know what love feels like through stitches, and that's what crochet is about, is love through stitches. And it mean a lot to me. The card means a lot, It means a lot. It means something that, you know, it's enough to help me keep going, you know. It does. It's fuel. It's fuel. It's definitely fuel. So, on a lighter note, me and John did get out of the house today, and we went to the Dollar Tree. You know, I was looking to see if they had any Premier just chunky yarn, because I'd kind of seen on a couple of channels where people had been able to score some chunky yarn at their store, but they didn't have any chunky yarn. But they did have some of this. I know this is probably not everybody's bag, but I wanted to try it, and it was only 3 skeins, and it was $1.25 a skein. So what are you gonna do? It is Red Heart Boutique Sachet, and it's very unique yarn. It's very unique. So, and I think it's beautiful. And I figured it's the color. I'm sorry. This is hilarious. I'm sorry. This is extremely hilarious. The color is bougie. Well, Boogie. I'm sure they meant to say boogie, or I don't know. But anyway, it's boogie, but bougie. Sorry. Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, let me read to y'all what the specs are in case y'all hadn't seen this before. It's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 30 yards, 27 meters. So not very many yards. It's considered super bulky. They recommend a 5.5 millimeter knitting needle, a 6 millimeter crochet hook. Happen to have one of them right here, my Clover. But it's really nice. I agree with how thick it is. But I don't know what I'll do with it. I got 3 of these, and but I do think it's enough for a scarf. You know, I just have to play your stitches right, since you don't have very many yards of it. But it has a scarf pattern on the label, but it's a knit pattern. So I don't know. I'm sure it probably takes quite a few skeins of it to make it. But I could always use this as a border on something like a shawl or something. You know, I could always sew this, you know, to the edge of something. That's what I was thinking. So, anyway, it's bougie. Bougie is actually with a Bougie, I think. But bougie anyway. I just thought it was funny. When I saw that as the color name, I was like, no, they didn't. Then I got a couple more of these little containers. I can put my projects in while I'm working. I use that. I got one of these at the Goodwill the other week for $1, and so I figured these were good containers for. You could, when you're sitting on the couch and you have a yarn ball, you know, a hand wound yarn ball, and you just want to put it, you know, on the floor. You can't put it on the floor because, you know, you don't want it to get dirty. But you can throw it in one of these, you know, and just let it bounce around while you're, you know, working from it. They're also good for yarn projects that you just want to, you know, put it in there and set it aside real quick. Sorry. My nose is running a little bit. I got a little emotional, but yeah, that's what's going on today. I would have done a video for y'all sooner, but I've been tangling with the migraine headache for the last several days. I have what they call pressure headaches due to the barometric pressure, and we're kind of in the middle of a weather change here in Louisiana, and and the barometric pressure was way high, and it caused me a migraine headache I could not shake until the pressure shifted. So once the pressure shifted, my headache alleviated, and today was the first day that I didn't feel like my head was in a vice. So it's definitely different when you have those kind of headaches. Most of the time, my migraines are managed with my bipolar medicine, which is Topamax. But when the barometric pressure shifts like that, nothing helps it. So, and it puts me in the bed with a cold rag on my head. It's really unnerving. But hopefully I'm on the right track now, and I'm gonna be better. But I'm gonna close this out here so that I can go find some food. All I've had is some cereal, and I'm hungry. Well, I love all y'all. I hope you've had a wonderful Friday, and God bless you. Remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I will see y'all later. I don't know when. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the next day. But soon. Bye now.